good.
Devonport was a different situation though, wasn't it, with all with the swell and the different place altogether?
Oh man, I love the ocean swims. It's too bad we couldn't swim here. I mean, I could just see there's just tons of rocks on the beach. I mean, that would have been such a dangerous swim if we swam here today. But I mean, I love swimming in the ocean. But it was nice that we still got to swim the saltwater.
Yeah. So tell me about the race itself. And you obviously were pushing hard on the run. There was a fair bit going on there with all you guys.
Yeah, I mean, the whole goal for today was just get to the front, stay in the front, and just always feel like you have one more gear no matter how hard you're going. There were times on the bike where I had to, like, you know, shut down a gap here and there, but then I just, you know, played it conservative. And then on the run, I was like, I'm just gonna do as best I can just to be top 3 out of the peloton in transition. So top 3 in, I think I was top 3 out, and I just kind of just cruised the opening 200 meters, and I knew there was. I knew Gomez was going to eventually come around me, and the Frenchmen, Laurent Vidal and Tony Milai, and Ryan Bailey. I knew guys would come around me, Peter Kerr, and I just kind of. It was kind of warm today. It wasn't extremely hot. I don't think it went over 30, but it was warm enough to just want to stay conservative and really focus on a good back half of the run, and that's just what I did. And I stayed in control, and no matter how hard I was going, I just had to just feel like I had another gear, even though I was off the whole time.
Yeah. The 3 of you in that last section of the run, you had the Irishman, Peter Kerr, and yourself. What was going on there when you were playing some games, trying to suss each other out?
The Mooloolaba crowd was just behind Peter Kerr, and I was like, why don't I get behind Pete too? So I ran behind him. He's a big guy, so it puts out a nice strap. So, and then I'm not much of a sprinter, so I was like, I don't know when to sprint. So I just kind of opened it up on the downhill. I took the shortest line around the corner, and just really. I got sloppy in the last 100. I thought the dismount line was the finish line. I wasn't really paying attention. I was just kind of happy to be on the podium. But to beat Pete, I mean, Pete's been on fire. Like, he won in Noosa last year, and then winning in Devonport. So, I mean, he's the new guy from Australia to look out for. So, like, he's the guy to beat down here.
Yourself? This is obviously a better start to the season than Devonport. So what do? You're firing up in Auckland, and
yeah. So I mean, I got sick last year, and I just kind of looking to really redeem myself from last year. I missed the Olympic team. Had a bad race in San Diego last year. So yeah, Auckland. You know, I really want to gear up for that, but you know, I got to prove myself that. I'm not one of those guys who needs a hot day to get on the podium or a hard course to get on the podium. And San Diego is not hot, it's flat, and the course is real easy, and I just want to be one of those guys that's in the mix. Like, I don't know if I could ever win races like that against the Brownlees and Gomez, but just to be in the conversation or in the mix would just really make my dreams come true, especially since I didn't make the Olympic team.
Yeah, I guess that's the thing for you, isn't it? I mean, you basically have a 4-year plan to correct that situation.
Exactly. I mean, you know, you go through some ebbs and flows, ups and downs, and I just hit a down point at the wrong time. You know.
Emotionally and mentally, how fatiguing was it after missing that team after you'd raced so well in the build-up?
Dude, I mean, I was the #1 American in 2010, 2011, so kind of in the back of my mind, I was like, yeah, I got this. But I had no idea I was sick until I met with an endocrinologist in Texas, and yeah, my hormones were off a little bit, so it takes like 6 to 9 months to really clear it up. So, you know, I could have gone to some smaller races and raced for 5th, but I was kind of a little depressed last year, and I kind of sent my sponsors a message, and I was like, look, I'm not really feeling well right now. I don't like racing for 10th place, so just gonna take it easy, let my body kind of recover. and pull myself back together. So switched coaches. I got with Darren Smith, world-renowned women's coach. So got to make a name for himself on the men's side. So yeah, I think I believe I made the right move. So hopefully you'll be seeing me more on the podium.
And obviously last year, I remember reading an interview with you. It may have not been about last year, it may have been about the year earlier, when you were talking about, you know, the fact that you skipped high V and you skipped a lot of lucrative non-drafting races, which you performed so well in.
Yeah, like I prefer the non-drafting races. 2011, I won Chicago non-drafting race and beat Greg Bennett. Greg Bennett won high V the next weekend, and I skipped that race. I trained that weekend. And the following weekend, I went to China to place like 23rd in Beijing, or I don't even know what place I got. Like, you know, I gave up a lot for the Olympics, and to not make the team, I was really crushed. So, I mean, just to kick this quad off with a podium in the first World Cup of the quads, like, you know, amazing.
Beautiful. Thanks so much for the chat.
Thanks, guys.